everyone, welcome back to the Learning Lab, where English is easy and enjoyable. I'm James, and I am so happy to be here with you today. I mean, genuinely, truly happy. I woke up this morning and I thought, today is day 11, and day 11 is going to be a great day. And if you are here watching this, practicing your English, that already makes it a great day. So thank you. Thank you for showing up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it right now. Just tap that button, it takes 1 second, and it helps us reach more English learners all around the world. We would really love that. Okay, Jenny, are you ready for day 11?
I am ready for day 11, James. Hello, everyone. I'm Jenny, and welcome back. 11 days. 11 days of consistent practice. You know, there's a saying that it takes 21 days to build a habit, so we are more than halfway there, and that is something to be genuinely proud of. If you've been with us every single day, your brain is already starting to make new connections in English. That's not me being nice. That's literally how the brain works. You are building something real.
More than halfway to a habit. Jenny, I love when you open with a fact because it always makes me feel immediately smarter just for standing next to you. Okay, so today's topic. I have been looking forward to this one so much. Today we are talking about future goals and dreams. And I want to say right away, this is one of those topics that might sound simple, but it's actually really rich and really personal, and I think it's going to lead to a great episode.
It really is a rich topic, and I think what's beautiful about it is that it connects directly to why so many of you are here watching this video right now. You have a goal, you have a dream, and one of those dreams, or maybe the first step toward a bigger dream, is to learn English well. So in a way, by practicing today, you are already living your dream a little bit, which I think is a lovely thought.
Jenny, that was genuinely beautiful, and I was not prepared for it this early in the episode. Okay, I need to collect myself. You're right, though. Every single person watching this has something they want, something they're working toward. And being able to talk about that in English, to describe your dreams, your plans, your hopes, that's such an important skill. Because when people ask you, what do you want to do in the future, you want to have an answer, a real, confident, natural answer.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Talking about the future in English has its own grammar, its own rhythm, its own special phrases. Things like, I want to, I hope to, I'm planning to, someday I'd love to. These little phrases are the building blocks of future conversation, and today we're going to make them feel completely natural for you.
But first, as always, we're just going to have a real conversation about the topic ourselves, so you can hear what it actually sounds like. No scripts, no perfect sentences, just two people talking about their dreams. Which, by the way, is slightly terrifying because dreams are personal, and now I have to share them with... How many people watch this channel, Jenny?
Quite a few.
Quite a few people. Great. Okay, I'm fine. This is fine. Let's go.
You'll be okay, James. All right, let's do it. So, James, what's a big dream you have? Like something you really want to do or achieve in your life?
Okay, so, how do I put this? I have this dream that feels both completely normal and also kind of big at the same time. I want to travel to every continent, all 7. I've done 4 so far, and the goal is to do all 7 before I turn 50. Now, I'm not going to tell you how far away 50 is for me, but the point is, I have a goal, I have a timeline, and I think about it a lot. Every time I see a photo of somewhere beautiful, some part of my brain goes, add that to the list.
That's a really wonderful goal. And 4 continents already, that's impressive. Which ones?
Europe, North America, Asia, and Australia. So I still need South America, Africa, and Antarctica. And Antarctica is the one that I think about the most because it's so... extreme? Like, you go there and there's almost nothing, just ice and penguins, and I find that weirdly appealing.
Just ice and penguins. I love that description. You know, Antarctica actually has no permanent residents. The only people there are scientists and researchers. So if you go, James, you'll essentially be visiting a science camp at the bottom of the world.
A science camp at the bottom of the world? Jenny, when you put it like that, I want to go even more. That sounds incredible. Okay, what about you? What's your big dream?
So, my big dream is actually something I've been working on slowly for a few years now. I want to write a book, a nonfiction book, something about language and how it shapes the way we think and see the world. I've been collecting ideas, doing research, filling notebooks. I even have a rough outline, but I haven't actually sat down and started writing it properly yet.
Wait, Jenny, you have a rough outline for a book and you haven't told me this before?
I mean, I don't know. It feels very personal. It feels vulnerable to say I'm writing a book before the book exists, you know? Because what if I never finish it? Then I said something that didn't come true.
Oh, wow, okay. I understand that feeling completely, actually. That fear of saying something out loud because then it becomes real, and then you have to actually do it or face the fact that you didn't. That's very human. That's very real.
It is, right? I think a lot of people have dreams they haven't told anyone yet for exactly that reason. But there's research, and of course I have research, that actually suggests telling someone your goal can help you commit to it. When you say it out loud, you feel a social responsibility to follow through.
So by telling us right now in front of potentially many, many people,
I have just committed myself to writing this book. Yes, that's what happened just now. I did not plan for that.
you're welcome. I feel like this episode just changed Jenny's life a little bit, and we're only like 10 minutes in. Okay, let me ask you a follow-up question, because I think this is something learners can also use in conversation. Why do you want to write this book? Like, what's the why behind the dream?
That's a really good question. I think I want to write it because I genuinely believe that understanding language, how it works, why it matters, what it does to our minds, can change how people learn, how they communicate, how they connect with each other. And I feel like I have things to say about that. I feel like I see things that not everyone sees, and writing is how I want to share that. It's not about being famous or being published on a shelf somewhere. It's about having something to say and finding the courage to say it.
Okay, I need a minute. That was so well said, Jenny. Having something to say and finding the courage to say it. That's beautiful. And honestly, that applies to English learning too. A lot of you watching this have something to say. Thoughts, opinions, feelings, stories, and you are building the courage and the skills to say it in English. That's exactly what this is.
That's a perfect connection, James. Okay, let me ask you another question. What's a smaller, more near future goal you have? Not the Antarctica trip, something closer, something you're working on right now.
Oh, good question. Okay, so near future goal, I am trying to learn how to cook properly. Like, actually cook, not just survive on pasta and eggs, which has been my strategy for an embarrassingly long time. I want to be able to make a real dinner, a full meal that someone would want to eat and actually enjoy. I've been watching cooking videos, I bought a cookbook, I even bought new pots. The pots are very nice.
The pots are very nice. James, do you use them?
I have used them twice, but they're very nice, and the dream is there. The vision exists. I'm planning to use them more. That's a goal.
Okay, I'm planning to use them more is honestly one of the most relatable things you've ever said. All right, what about a life goal? Something deeper, something you hope for, not just something you want to do.
Hmm. Okay, this one is more serious. Something I really hope for, genuinely, deeply hope for, is that the work I do, this show, helping people learn English, actually makes a difference in someone's life. Like, I hope that somewhere out there, someone watched one of our videos, felt more confident, went to a job interview and got the job, or talked to someone new and made a friend, or understood a movie they'd been waiting to see, and our little show is part of that. That's the dream I care about most, honestly. That this is actually useful.
James, I think that's already happening. I genuinely believe that.
Yeah?
Yeah, and if anyone watching right now has had a moment like that, tell us in the comments because I think James needs to hear it, and I think it would mean the world to him.
Okay, now I really need a minute. Jenny, why do you do this?
Because it's true. Okay, let's go into the shadowing practice before James completely loses it.
I'm fine. I'm completely fine. Let's practice. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay, learners, here we go. This is the part where we break everything down for you. We're going to give you real, useful phrases and sentences for talking about your future goals and dreams. Listen carefully, then repeat. Try to copy the rhythm, the tone, the feeling. And remember, these are not just example sentences. These are sentences you can actually use in a real conversation. Make them yours.
Let's start with the most basic and most important phrase of all. I want to. It sounds so simple, but it's everywhere in English. Listen. I want to travel the world someday. I want to learn how to play the guitar. I want to speak English fluently. Do you hear how natural that sounds? I want to. It's direct, it's clear, and it shows desire. Now you try. Think of something you want to do and say it out loud. I want to.
Great. Now let's try something slightly softer. I hope to. This one is a little more gentle, a little more dreamy. It suggests something you wish for, something you're not sure will happen, but you really want it to. Listen, I hope to visit Japan one day. I hope to find a job I really love. I hope to make my family proud. Can you feel the difference between I want to and I hope to? I want to is active and direct. I hope to is softer and more emotional. Both are important. Try I hope to and fill in your dream.
Oh, I love that distinction, Jenny. Want to and hope to. Two small phrases, two different feelings. This is why English is so interesting. You can say almost the same thing in different ways, and it means something slightly different each time. Now let's try I'm planning to. This one is great because it shows you're not just dreaming. You're actually making a plan. You're being serious about it. Listen, I'm planning to move to a new city next year. I'm planning to start my own business. I'm planning to take an English exam in 6 months. It sounds confident, right? I'm planning to. Now you try.
Now here's one that sounds very natural in casual conversation. Someday I'd love to. This is perfect for sharing bigger, longer-term dreams in a relaxed way. It doesn't sound too serious or too formal. It sounds like how a real person talks. Listen, someday I'd love to open my own cafe. Someday I'd love to live near the ocean. Someday I'd love to write a book. Yes, I went there. Someday I'd love to write a book. Try it. Someday I'd love to, and think of something that feels like a dream, something a little big, something that excites you.
That one is so fun to say. Someday I'd love to. It just feels warm and full of possibility. Okay, let's do one about shorter-term goals, things you're working on right now, not far in the future. Try this one. My goal for this year is to... Listen, my goal for this year is to save enough money to travel. My goal for this year is to read 12 books, one each month. My goal for this year is to become comfortable speaking English in conversations. Simple, clear, specific. My goal for this year is to... You say it now.
And here's one that's great for explaining why you have a goal. Because in real conversation, people don't just ask what you want, they ask why. And having an answer makes you sound thoughtful and interesting. Try this. I want to goal because reason. For example, I want to learn English because I want to connect with more people around the world. I want to save money because I'm planning to go back to school. I want to get healthier because I want to have more energy for the people I love. Do you see how adding because immediately makes your answer richer and more real? Practice, I want to because.
That is such a powerful structure. I want to because. 2 parts and suddenly you have a real answer, not just a one-word reply. Now let's do one more. This one is a little more emotional, a little deeper. It's for talking about what success means to you personally. Listen, for me, success means... For example, for me, success means doing work that I care about. For me, success means spending time with my family. For me, success means waking up and feeling happy about my day. This phrase tells people who you are. It tells them what you value, and it can lead to the most interesting conversations. Try, for me, success means...
Perfect. We've now covered 6 really strong phrases for talking about future goals and dreams. Let's say them all together one more time so they really stick. Ready?
Ready.
I want to.
I hope to.
I'm planning to.
Someday I'd love to.
My goal for this year is to.
For me, success means...
6 phrases, 6 tools for talking about your future. If you can use those 6 phrases comfortably, you can handle almost any conversation about goals and dreams in English. Write them down. Put them somewhere you can see them. Practice them today, not later, today.
And here's a little challenge for you, something to make this practice feel real and personal. I want you to answer this question out loud in English right now. You can pause the video. What is one dream you have for your future, and why does it matter to you? Use at least 2 of our 6 phrases. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to try. Say it to yourself, say it to your wall, say it to your pet. It doesn't matter. Just say it.
And if you want to go further, which I hope you do, write your answer in the comments below. Share your dream with us and with this community, because I want to tell you something about this community. The people who watch this show are kind and encouraging and wonderful, and your dream deserves to be said out loud where someone will cheer for you. We will cheer for you, I promise.
100%. Every comment, every dream, every goal you share, we see it, we read it, and we are genuinely rooting for you. Not as a thing you say, actually rooting for you. I want you to get what you want. I want your goals to come true. That's why we do this.
All right, let's wrap up day 11. James, takeaway time. What's yours?
My takeaway today is this. Your dreams are worth saying out loud. In any language, but especially in English if that's what you're practicing. Don't keep your dreams just inside your head. Say them, write them, share them. Because when you say your dream out loud, something shifts. It becomes real. And real things can actually happen. Today, say one dream out loud in English. That's the whole homework.
Beautiful. My takeaway is practical. Learn the difference between I want to, I hope to, and I'm planning to. They all talk about the future, but they feel different. I want to is direct desire. I hope to is a gentle wish. I'm planning to shows action and commitment. Using the right one in the right moment makes your English sound natural and nuanced. That's the kind of detail that takes you from intermediate to advanced.
The nuance. Love it. Okay, day 11 complete. You did an amazing job today. If you've been with us from day 1, please go back and share this with someone who's also trying to learn English. Your friend, your classmate, your family member. Share the Learning Lab with them because learning together is always better than learning alone.
And please subscribe if you haven't. We release a new episode every single day for 30 days. So hit that notification bell and we will be right there in your feed, ready to practice with you. Day 12 is coming and James still doesn't know what it's about.
I still don't know what it's about. Jenny keeps the schedule locked away like it's a government secret.
It keeps you fresh.
It keeps me in a state of mild anxiety. But you know what? I'll be here. I am always here. Because I believe in this. I believe in you, and I believe that English is going to open doors for you that you haven't even imagined yet. See you on day 12.
Bye, everyone. Dream big, practice daily, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care.